Hey guys, Ben
Hi.
Latocki here with Production Realty. Welcome to the Ben Latocki Show, another episode of our podcast. And today I am super excited because I'm sitting down with someone who truly inspires me, Miss Stephanie Smith. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks, Ben.
So Stephanie here has just recently hit her 2 year mark in
hmm
real estate. So we celebrate that here at Production Realty. We love the 2 year mark. It's a big deal. And you have earned your very own 11% Club coffee mug by making it to this 2 year mark. And so we just love that. So one of the things I really wanted to talk to Stephanie about, though, is what makes her story really powerful is that, and to get to this point, is that she did this as a single mom
hmm
with two boys
Yep.
in a dual career situation,
Absolutely. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So and I've just seen a lot of perseverance and grit over the last 2 years with you, and I feel like people watching or listening, if they're either thinking about getting into real estate or they're in it now for a little while and it's hard to get over some of these hurdles and these challenges, right?
Yeah.
And so you are proof that it can be done, and survive in this industry that is really really challenging.
hmm
It's very very competitive,
Yes, it is.
as all of you guys probably know if you're in the industry. So that's why I wanted to share Stephanie's story today, and maybe get some encouragement and stuff like that. So welcome to the Ben Lataki Show.
Yeah.
Excited to have you here.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here,
Yeah.
Ben.
Okay, so you have managed to build this real estate career while being a single mom, and
hmm
I think that's pretty incredible. What kind of advice would you give to people that feel like they don't have enough time to make real estate work?
There's always enough time. There's always enough time to make it work. Real estate offers a lot of flexibility, and we all have time in the day where we find that we're not really doing anything substantial, and so there's always time to make
Yeah,
time. But time blocking that we've discussed many times over the course of the last 2 years is extremely important.
yeah.
Really setting aside time to focus on both careers. Uh,
What I've seen you do really well is because you've got this other career. You have the obviously the boys
yep.
and the time that's committed to them, and in real estate, like you don't have a boss, right? I'm not your boss, right? And
Right.
so in real estate, you are your own boss, and so you've done a
Yes.
really good job of saying, I am going to do these hours, these days, and I've seen you consistently do that for 2 years now, where it's sometimes it feels like it's got to feel like am I doing the right thing? Is it worth it? It's
Yeah,
got to feel
yeah,
like that
yep.
sometimes.
That thought definitely crosses your mind, especially when you're limited with how much time you can put in, compared to how much time you would like to put in. My second career isn't a career I plan to stay in. That is a make ends meet career. And so my goal has been the last 2 years to keep focusing more time into real estate. And I have been able to do that. And so there are several days a week that are committed to being in the office and just being present here and
Yeah.
in the industry. But that doesn't mean that I'm not working real estate even while I'm working my other job
Right.
as well. There's been many
We,
times when I've been on the phone with you at my other job trying to
yeah.
negotiate deals.
And there's a certain level of, you're a real estate agent when you wake up all the way to when you go to bed. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those
Yep.
careers.
It's
It never really, we never
24/7.
really clock out.
No.
Um, and
Yep.
so you're answering phones while doing your other career. You're answering phones while you're at events for the kids. We're always answering questions and texts and emails and talking to other agents. And then the prospecting side of things
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it can be
That's a
challenging, but
whole nother beast.
yeah.
uh,
Um, Looking over the last 2 years, what are some turning points or some small wins that kind of like kept you going over the last 2 years?
my first really challenging uh, transaction actually was what had kind of solidified to me that I know what I'm doing and I'm in the right industry and I can do this. I'm sure you remember my double accepted offer
Yes.
deal that I had to navigate,
Yeah.
and that actually built so much confidence, because I knew that I wasn't wrong in the situation and was able to negotiate it to, the best ability, for my buyer,
Right.
even though we did have to back out of that deal.
No, you did. You handled that situation with, I would call it like grace and wisdom. Like it was a challenging spot to be in. Uh, just a little background
Yeah.
story. Uh, we had a client that had an accepted offer on a house, and that seller accepted a second offer on the same house. So they made the mistake of accepting two offers on the same home, which is a problem.
Huge
Can't
problem.
sell a house twice to two different people. So, but yeah, it's a tough spot for you and for our client, but you made it through,
Yeah.
and you found them
Yeah.
another home, and all is
And
well
yep,
at the end
and
of the day.
he's happy, and we still communicate loosely, and so yeah, things turned out fine, but it was that transaction that had me feeling confident in what I knew and what I was capable of doing,
Yeah,
and the fact that I was able to, get something for my buyer out of that mess just helped a lot.
yeah, good. Another question I kind of had for you was something you mentioned about, we have these small wins, right, all through your career, and that I think this 2 year mark is a big deal. And you kind of said, I don't know if it's that big a deal. And I just wanted to say it. I think it is because so few agents make it here. I remember when you started. I keep track of these classes, right? So you're in the 2 year class, and I think two other agents didn't make it this far, and so I think that's something to celebrate because
Yeah.
there are agents that don't make it to where you are today, and so what do you think about celebrating these milestones and what's considered a win in your book?
Well, 2 years was a pretty big deal to me,
Good.
because we had talked so many times. Like when I first signed on and sat down and talked with you about my situation and how it was going to look a little different from other agents because I am a single mom with another career and it was going to be a little bit slower. And you were always so excited, excuse me, about the 11% club, that 2 year mark.
Yeah.
So I had wrote on my mirror, I know that you know this, 2 years.
All right. Yeah. I forgot
Yep.
about that, but yeah.
Yep. So every day, the days that I felt like this is too much, I can't handle both jobs with the kids, like I'm constantly on the phone and I'm not giving enough attention to my life that I'm trying to build. I would look at that and be like, 2 years. I have to try this for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
If at 2 years I'm still floundering and I feel like I'm not excelling at all or there's no momentum, then
Yeah.
I will reconsider it. So 2 year mark came
Yes.
up, and
I love this story.
the best part was just the last couple months right before I met that 2 year mark. I had so much going on. So much going on. I had just closed on a property. I was getting ready to close on another property. And no, actually, I just closed on another one.
Yeah.
I had 2 deals in the works. I have, a good listing going that we had just gotten an accepted offer on. So I was like, okay, 2 years
Yeah.
and we have momentum. So I can't stop. So
No,
here we
hell
are.
no.
And so I don't know what to put on my mirror now that we've already reached the 2 year mark. Maybe I should put 2 more years. And then, but this is a
Yeah,
career that I plan to stick to.
I have these milestones for the agents. The 1 year mark, which we crushed that,
Yeah.
and then now we're here at the 2 year mark. The next milestone is probably the 5 year mark.
Okay.
Okay, so
5 years going on
I know.
there.
So 5 years between now and 5 years, you're going to see your career just skyrocket, and you're going to start to see repeat customers, clients that come back to you for other transactions. You're going to see clients that have used you in the past that loved the process. They're going to start insisting that their friends call you, their family call you. So the grind that you've gone through in the last 2 years starts to really pay off in these next 2 years.
Yeah.
And by the 5 year mark was what I see most agents then it's a lot of repeat business and referrals.
Yep.
Because by the time you've done 5 years of real estate, you actually have a book of business. And when you're brand new and you've never sold a house, when you're day one, you have zero clients in your book of business, and it takes time to slowly build that. And I'm super excited for these next couple of years for you, because the grind is it's gonna feel less like it's gonna feel less painful.
Yeah.
It's still gonna have to grind.
I was gonna say there's been a lot of cold calling the past year, and
Yeah.
to be able to move away from that and work only referrals would be amazing.
It is it's a game changer. It takes nobody starts on day one and starts getting referrals. Nobody.
Right.
It takes time
Yep.
to build trust, and people have confidence in an agent, and you've proven yourself to all of your clients and everybody watching here that this career is good fit for you, I think. You handle these transactions fantastic. I mean, they're really smooth. As hard as these transactions are, you are really good at calming the clients, calming the waters per se, and navigating through them. So I'm super proud of you for that. So
thank you.
congratulations. Okay, so I got some more questions
Okay.
for you. Who or what has been your biggest source of support over the past 2 years, and how has that helped keep you moving forward over these last 2 years?
So this is one that could very well make me cry. My kids. Sorry. 100%. My boys are extremely supportive.
They're good kids. They're great kids.
They're really great boys. I've
Yeah,
got
they're-
2 phenomenal kids. Every single day, they're encouraging me and just lifting me up in all of my work and what I do. Just the other day, I went to leave, and mind you, we had a very busy summer because I was working so much, and the kids didn't really get to do a whole lot this summer because I have been very busy trying to build this career this summer.
Yeah.
And instead of my kids resenting it, my kids are so thankful. And my 10-year-old stopped me and he said, "Mom, I noticed how much more work you've had in real estate this summer." He said, "And I'm so proud of you."
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So to come from a 10-year-old, for him
Right.
to see that and acknowledge it and not be mad that we didn't get to go to Lake Michigan this summer and we didn't get to go to Cedar Point this summer and, we didn't get to do all these things that we normally like to do because I was so busy, to have him acknowledge like, "Hey, I see what you're doing." That's
Yeah. How cool is it that he recognizes that you're building something that's going to pay dividends in the long run?
yeah.
That's great.
Yep. And he knows and he acknowledges it. And Waylon actually went to my closing with me last
Oh,
week.
nice.
Yes, he did.
So
Yeah.
these kids come in the office quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I just love them. They're respectful. They're quiet, if that's a thing.
Yeah, they're very chill. They're
Yep,
very
they understand
laid
that this
back.
is a professional environment. But I have kids, obviously. You guys
Yeah.
all know that, and they've grown up around this industry, and it's amazing to see them like shut down when we're on the phone, like they're just quiet.
They just know. They just know that we're
They're
working,
like, all right,
and it's
something's
not.
this is an important call, and they just shut down. They're super quiet. And your kids do the same thing. I can see them doing
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
well, good. That's so awesome. So now that you've hit this milestone, this 2-year mark, what's next for Stephanie Smith?
More real estate. Just continuing to build the real estate career, keep this momentum going that I currently have. And slowly work my way into a full-time agent as opposed to a dual career agent. That is the goal.
Yeah.
As much as I do enjoy my
You love-
caregiving,
you
I
love
do
your other
love
career.
my other career, and
You do. You
I'm a
love 'em both.
caregiver by heart. There's a certain threshold that you reach with that industry, and having worked in healthcare, for many years prior to working in real estate, it is something near and dear to my heart, but not something I want to stay with forever. This is end goal, to do real estate full time, so then I can have that much more flexibility to be able to do that much more with my kids. So I don't have to balance two careers during the summer and take away the little bit of time that I do have with them.
Yeah,
Because summer went by
oh
fast.
man, it did this year for some reason. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it just went by
I
crazy.
know.
First day of school's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, first day of
It's
school's tomorrow.
hard to believe.
We're in Michigan, guys. So
Yeah,
so,
Michigan first day. Yep, we had a black party yesterday.
So, guys, I just wanted to let you introduce you to Stephanie again, and remind you that her journey and all of our journeys in this industry, it's different. It's different for every single one of us.
Yeah.
I've coached I don't know how many agents through this process. My career is not the same path as yours, as any other agent. And so there's always something I feel to be learned. So if you're an agent today and you're listening to this podcast and you felt like you're not doing enough, I hope that Stephanie's story here shows that these small steps matter, that the progress matters. Every time you have a win, you should celebrate it. Keep your goals on your mirror, kind of a concept. And so, congratulations to making it to the top.
Thank you.
11% of all real estate agents in the entire nation. You are in. You made it.
I did it.
You made it. You have made it. So thank you for sharing your story with us today,
Of course.
and inspiring other agents to keep going, no matter what the path looks like. So I'm super excited for you. So
Thank you. Thank you very
thanks
much,
again for
Ben.
being here. Thanks, guys, for watching and listening to our podcast, the Ben Latocki Show. If you got any questions, please shoot them our way, and I'd love to answer those live, on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Stephanie.
Not a problem. Thank you,
Okay.
Ben.
Bye, guys.
Bye.